Here we are, and more down there. We've got tools, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go. We're going to clean up a little bit. We're going to do some packaging. And, yeah, pack some of these up for you guys. Actually, this one's fine here. So we have, right now, I actually have, even though I have all these rods, I still have limited stock because I'm limited by these smaller rods. I think I only have 6 of them right now, and one of them is already spoken for. So I do have limited stock on tools. So if anybody wants tools, let me know. Let me go get the rest of the tools here, and we're going to package some of this stuff up. Hang on. What a job. Gotta bring myself up here. I forgot to do that. Still not feeling good. Sorry, guys. Five people here. James, Gavin. 5 people here. James, Gavin. Sweet. Wish I was feeling better. Afternoon, guys. All right, so we've got 1, 5 or 4. We've got 4. So I'm packing this up for Craig, actually. Craig, this is for you, buddy. Let's get you packaged up here and. And I owe Ryan. Are we back? We're back. We're back. Are we back? Okay, good. All right, this one is for Ryan. Ryan, I owe you an M14 rod, so here it is. Just gonna slap it in the small thing here and be good to go. Why is there no connection? That's stupid. Okay. We're good. I don't know why we're not connecting. This is just dumb. So, for anybody interested in tools, they can email me. I have a few sets in stock right now. And it's limited because I'm now only limited by the small rods. The flywheel side rods. Which are important. And I've got like 80 of them coming. They're not quite here yet. Might be a week or 2. So Ryan, this one's for you. Everybody staying warm? David, is it nice and warm out there? was 46 here in my car when I checked it not too long ago. Okay, Ryan, this is for you. Your M14 rod that I owe you. Here it is. Fits through. See, sometimes they get a little bit of a burr hanging on them. I don't quite want to go. But these were actually thread milled, so the ends look a lot nicer. Nobody bought the 394s. Larry, I'll come back to that. Hang on. Yes, I'll come back to it for sure. Okay, all them slide. That's fine. Now I just got to do, these are good. Just got to make sure these are good. One. Okay, so these are for Craig in California. Craig is the only guy that actually pre-ordered a set. So I'm going to package these up for Craig. Don't worry, Larry, I'm going to get to you. Just want to make sure Craig's kit is complete. So in case anybody's wondering, for this kit, Craig ordered what I consider a main kit. Anybody that orders a main kit, it's $170 shipped. I do my best to clean these of chips and whatnot, but if there's anything left, please forgive me. This. Long rod, short rod. Small nut, small washer. All right, got it together here. So let's explain what this is, what it does, and we'll get to Larry. Okay, so this is a crankcase assembly tool kit. For those that don't know, there are other videos that I have on these, on how to use these. Couple of quick tips. Get your bearings in the crankcases first. Position them however you want. Once the bearings are positioned in the crankcase halves, use this toolkit to put them together. These are not for installing bearings. They are simply for installing cranks in bearings. Secondly, use the larger sleeve for large saws, i.e. Husky 394 or a Stihl 660. If you try to use the small sleeve on a large saw, the crank will be too big in diameter and you will mushroom this out. Very important. Large sleeve, large saws. All right. So this kit here, which is not a complete kit, it's a main kit. This kit does about 90% of the relevant saws that people are rebuilding right now. So everything from Husky 346s, 372s, 385, 390s, 3120s to a Stihl 660, all the way from the 026s all the way up to the 660s. It'll do basically all of those. It's very versatile and universal. It does all, 288s, 257s, 262s, those in the Husky lineup. You guys get the idea. There's a lot of stuff that this kit does, and it does it very, very well. Completely safely and at room temperature. Each one of these rods is very specific, obviously. They are tapped. They are drilled and tapped on each end. This is the flywheel rod, M8 and M10. It covers most of the flywheels out there. Not all of them, but most of them. You have this is actually M10, M12, and M14 rods here. And M10 is M10 by 1.5 left hand, and M10 by 1 left hand. So all the larger rods here are actually left hand thread. These are all clutch side rods. This is a flywheel side rod. You get all of this, the two handles, 2 nuts, 2 washers. This is 170 shipped to the lower 48. Just figured I mentioned that. And okay, so Larry, you want just something that'll do a 394? Is that just what you want to do? So if you're doing just 394s, then you need a flywheel side rod, which has the M10, that's 394. A large sleeve, because the large sleeve is what you need for 394. It's a big saw. And you need M12. So those 3 things, and basically they're $30 a piece, so $90 shipped, and I throw in the nuts and washers and handles for nothing. So if you want to do that, you let me know. How do you take a stuffer crankcase apart? David, I was just watching Walt's video today about the pressers and the pullers, and he's got all kinds of crazy stuff over there. The way that you take a stuffer crankcase apart is basically just as she showed. If you have, like, say, a 562, then you probably need the factory tools to push it apart. Or you're doing it with heat and tapping it apart, but then the bearings are going to get stuck on the crank, and then you'll need something to pull the bearings off the crank. Right, so for a 357, you could do it with heat, just with heat. If you see my video of heat to pull crankcases apart, warm up the crankcase and tap it apart with a rubber hammer, and then the problem is the bearings are going to get stuck on the crank itself, and then you need a crank. You need a bearing pulling set, which you can get at Harbor Freight for like 40, $45. Quick question: after run 372 has 130 pounds of compression, 40,000 squish. How reliable is a long-lasting 1184 as a no base gasket sealer? What does one thing have to do with the other, Gavin? In general, 1184 lasts pretty good as a no base gasket sealer, assuming that your bolts don't come loose. The last one that I did on a 372, the bolts came loose, and I cracked the cylinder head, which is right here. See, the ear cracked off, but that was simply because the bolt came loose. I don't know why the bolt came loose, but it did. 130 pounds of compression is a little bit low for a 372. At 40,000 squish, stock saw should have at least 150. At least 145. 145, 150. So either the rings are worn or they're stock or something, Gavin. And Larry, that low top air horn, if you want to just buy the one that I have, because I bought mine just for the heck of it. My source doesn't want to give any more of his up. So if you want to buy the one that I have it, again, you can just contact me via email. I'll find one somewhere else just to keep. What's going on, Ken? Gavin, does that answer the question? So we got a nice kit here. This is for Craig. This is going out. Let's package it up. Getting darn close to needing to order more stickers. Right, so you need two rods and a single sleeve, so it's 90. You need both the flywheel rod. I don't have a rod that's a double ender for 394. Puzzle saw OEM piston cylinder. Yeah, so if you have an OEM piston and cylinder on it, it should have more than 130 psi. That's how I tend to think about it. Yeah, I saw Walt's tool video. If you knew how much money I just invested in all of these, anyway. Great. It's okay. I still like these over that other tool, but whatever. Frustrating. You're right, Ken. You're right. Essentially, Walt has Kiwi Latin two-stroke videos too. Yeah, essentially Walt has the only set of tools that compete with mine. Huzzle now has a tool that sort of does what mine does, and it splits crankcases. So, hey, there is that. But the Huzzle steel copy still doesn't do Husky. So it's not as complete. And it's clunky. This is much more elegant. Yeah, that L-shaped tool, yes. Craig, buddy, this is for you. Okay, get... You know what, while I'm doing it right here, I was thinking about something. Larry, do you want me to package this up for you? All right, so let's call this... let's call it $30. So 90 and this, so it's 120 even shipped out to you. I'll put the rods and sleeves together right now for you. Let me do one thing here, though. If I can pop out the inserts. Because if I can, at the very least it'll be interesting. Oh, hang on. Would this work? Maybe. Ooh, okay. You don't need the rods and sleeves to hold off yet? Okay. There's these metal inserts in these air horns. And the metal air inserts, as I understand it, are unobtainium. You cannot get them. So all I need to do is measure these. Metal inserts, yeah. I just got to measure them. But taking them out, it may not be so easy. M6, M6. No. M6L. Here we go. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, if I can get this to come out, we'll be good, I think. These come out and in like no problem, but oh, at least they should. There we go. Just want to get a measurement on these metal pieces, and if I can, I will have them replicated. How's that? They keep you from crushing it when tightening. Yeah, that's the theory, but you really don't need them. At least I don't think you need them, but probably would be good to have these replicated, right? They feel like they're steel. I'll bet they're metric. That's about 8.5 millimeter. Let's go measure in thousandths. 333. 333. Yeah, I'm not just going to make a bunch of them. I think I'm going to see if I can get my machinist to, with his lathe, to make up like 1,000 of them. $333. Yep. 333. That's the outer dimension there. We have here is a thousandth under 250. So 249. So basically it's quarter-inch tube, quarter-inch OD tube. Well, no, because it's whatever 333 is. 333, a third of an inch. They actually make a third of an inch tube, cut down to a quarter of an inch, with an M5 hole in it. 202.5, 5.14, or 13/64. And the lip here is 58.5. I can measure that better with this. 57 and a half. I guess you'd call it 58 thousandths. 58 thousandths thick for the flange. There you go. Ta-da! Okay. TD bipolar weather. Yep. No problem, Larry. You better write. I don't need to write them down. They're here on video. I can just go back and listen to this. Did I get a length? Shucks, I didn't get a length. Whoops. Like 760. $7.55. There you go. $7.55. Mike is 62er. How's it going? Welcome. Bucking goes live today at 5. By the way, Matt included. Okay. Thanks, TD. Snow is pretty good melt around here. For sure, next couple of days we're gonna get even better melt. That's gonna be exciting. Yeah, I'm just excited. I got the tools. We have tools in stock. If anybody needs them, I've got a few sets that are ready to go here. All right. Updates. I still have two 394s for sale. What else do I have? I have tools in stock. Two 394s for sale. I have a few T-shirts, and in case anybody wants as is shirts, I have a few of those hanging around. They're these with my logo on it there, and the as is there. Yes, I do ship to Germany. The last time I shipped to Germany, it was $35, but I know postage has gone up. I would anticipate postage alone being $40. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose, guys. I wish I was feeling better. I'm not. But yes, I can ship the tools to Germany. I'd rather not, but I can. Michael, it depends on what kind of a kit you want. If you want what I consider a main kit, which is what I just put together for Craig there, that's 170, and if you're in Germany, it's plus shipping, so 210 US dollars. Thanks, TD. The shirts are $20 for the shirt, and I throw them in a priority envelope. That's $8, so it's $28 for a shirt. Yeah, Terry, I can sell the as is saw. It runs really good, so I'm fine with keeping it. It's either I sell the 394s or the as is saw or one of my other 394s. I just gotta, you know, I think I have 13 saws plus the two 394s. No, because I wasn't counting the 660. I have 14 saws. 14's plenty. You know, I gotta make sure I don't. 16 is too much. Man, this is brutal. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, the t-shirts I had made, and I'm selling them at cost. It cost me $20 a piece to have them made, so they get sold at cost. The 394s I probably have $700 a piece into them just to build them. So those get sold basically at cost as well for ported 394s. Anybody else have any other questions before I go put my feet up for a little bit? Um, Trying to figure out on the agenda. The overall agenda is I do want to get that other 394 put together, but my 394 put together, but I'm waiting on parts and it might be a couple of weeks. Um, I'm really excited to have good stock on the tools now, though. This is good. Anybody else have anything else before we call it a quick day here? That way you guys can get over to your bucking video. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Take care, Ken. I want to hang out with you guys, but I really need to go lie down. We got Super Bowl coming later, and I've been invited by my boss to go and hang out at his house. So That's not a invitation that you refuse, right? So I'm gonna go do that, I think. If anybody needs anything from me, they can email me. Here's my email address, per usual. Just get rid of all the ampersands. Thanks, David. You guys, everybody stay warm. We got a little bit of a warm up here this week, which is cool. But everybody else, stay warm, stay safe, and email me if you guys need anything, okay? Thanks, TD. You take care. And Michael, thanks for showing up from Germany. That's awesome. So I really appreciate it. I do. Thank you. Take care, okay? Email me if you got any questions.